you just abandon any precaution. You know, folks, something can happen here, and if it does, so what?
Hey friends, welcome to Nathan for Us, a Nathan Fielder fan podcast. My name is Kelly.
And hi, I'm Megan.
And we are back once again, just the two of us, though. I think we had such a fun time recording with Stuart last week, despite the fact that we did barely talk about the episode.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's someone named Black Bear 420 who comments on a lot of our episodes, and he's very nice. I don't know. And
we're a fan of you.
Big fan. They seem to be a fan of us too. And they posted just being like 30 minutes in, have not started talking about the episode. But like, are you not here for the tangents? Like, do we ever start talking about the episode immediately? Is that something we do?
I think we did it more with the rehearsal. I think the curse is a bit more challenging to stay on topic.
Less is happening. Less is happening.
And there's just like less to look into, because I think the problem is if we Google too much, then we're just going to get spoiled on what happens next. So it's like we can't really deep dive into too much of what's going on the show.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not our fault.
It's not our fault that we can't stay on topic.
Be.
But we are back again to talk about episode 7. This one's called Self-Exclusion. I do feel we will likely get off topic again today, though I think this episode did have a bit more kind of moving forward with the plot than last week.
Yeah, we revisited some casino things. We are learning a little bit more about the jean store and how that's potentially being funded. We learned nothing more about Abshir. He almost dies, gets very overwhelmed by the chiropractor. Something happens. If it did, we have no idea what.
Yeah, actually, Kate, something else that I was thinking about a few weeks ago that I wanted to bring up before I forget. Do you remember there was the part of the episode where Whit kind of walked in on like a religious ceremony going on, and then we never picked up that plot point again? I did want to say someone was really helpful in our YouTube comments, letting us know that that was a Sikh ceremony, which, like, thank you for pointing that out. Like, we love to learn things, and I don't even know how I would have Googled that to find that out, but we've seen nothing else about that. So I'm like, are we going to get more of that storyline? Like, is Whit thinking of converting to Sikhism? She doesn't want to do Shabbat this week.
Yeah, I was about to point that out, that it's interesting that she wants to, I guess, be perceived as very, like, cultural, but, like, her own husband, she won't, like, participate and celebrate his culture with him. So is it just performative? And when it comes to your quote-unquote real life and your actual family, but it doesn't matter if Asher wants to celebrate. So it's just very performative, I think.
Yeah. All right, well, let's start from the beginning. We start off with our girl Nala. She's in gym class, and we see the girls who had been bullying her earlier in the season. Kind of the main person who's very much the star of this whole scene is Josie, and that's one of the girls who had been bullying Nala earlier in the season, and she's climbing a rope in the gym class. Nala starts kind of like chanting, like fall under her breath, but nothing happens. And then when Nala tries to climb the rope, she's unable to get up. It's very sad. And the other girl goes up to Nala and says, you know, you did a good job. Nala doesn't respond, and Josie says, well, I tried. And then Nala goes and tells the gym teacher that Josie is bullying her.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions. And most of them revolve around the gym teacher eating, like, his snack out of an open bag with his tongue. He's just, like, dipping his tongue into a bag to get his little treats, which seems like a very weird vibe. Like, why are you snacking in the middle of gym class? Like, just do it in between classes. Also, all the kids are in jeans and like normal clothing. Like I would change for gym class.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, it
climbing a
was
rope seems hard. Like, shouldn't the teacher be there beside you, or there be more mats underneath? Like, is there more instruction? He didn't really give Nala a chance. I just didn't think this was a great gym class.
you're questioning the gym teacher's ability. You think he's a bad
Yes.
teacher.
Yeah, I do think he's a bad teacher. He doesn't care about bullying. He's like, are you physically? He's like, are you physically hurt? Okay, we're good.
He's like, I don't care that you're hurt. I just want to eat my snacks, and I'm not
Yeah.
going to actually help you climb the rope. So, yeah, seemingly does not care about anything.
He let Nala try for 10 seconds at most, gave her no instruction on or like demonstration on how to do it. They're like very young kids. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
it's easy to climb a rope on your own. I can't say I've done it in a while,
I
but
feel like it's definitely easier as a kid because you would just have like less
you're super light.
weight.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, yeah, this isn't CrossFit. Why are we climbing ropes with no
We didn't
instruction?
Yeah, we didn't do this in my gym class.
No, I don't remember doing this in like elementary school gym class. I feel like all we did was ride around on those little scooters where you'd like run over
Yes.
your fingers and like play
Yes.
dodgeball.
100%. The big like parachute
The
thing.
parachute, a classic.
Dodgeball. Yeah, lots of like just running around playing tag in gym clothes.
Yeah. Yes, the
Yeah.
clothes is a very good point. But we quickly move on to this to see that Whit has gone on a little bit of an excursion to find that statue that Kara had been texting Dougie about, the offensive statue. So she's at the mini putt / arcade place, and she purchases a statue, puts it in her car. We see it fall out of her car. We see her jamming to Robin's Dancing on My Own, and she brings the statue over to Kara's house.
Okay, I think most people find this very cringy and uncomfy.
Yes.
I kind of thought this was nice.
The giving her the statue, or like which part did you like, I guess.
It just seemed like, she was genuinely in this moment. Like, I don't know if she was trying to do it just to get her to sign the paperwork, maybe. But I think the concept of hearing your friend is like really offended by something that they've bumped into in the real world and is like hurt by this statue being at this mini putt place and thinks it's disgusting and is like really uncomfortable with it. I do think it's a nice friend gesture to like go and get it taken down. And especially when in her art, she apparently steals things and repurposes them. Like, it's kind of weird, but I feel like you can see her heart for once seems to be in the right place. I think like it is a lot of effort to drive how many hours away? I don't know. And like it is probably weird because it was Dougie and her texting, and so obviously she wasn't a part of this text conversation. So to kind of see secondhand and then to go and buy it, I think you see Kara saying, "Oh, like you bought this? Like you gave them money for this." And again, just the fact that she's someone who has the ability to kind of solve all of her problems by throwing money at it, whereas Kara maybe has needed to steal the items if she doesn't want those in public, and just has to live life a very different way. It is definitely cringy to just like leave it outside the door and be like, "Oh, like I think our friend's cold. We should bring him inside." Like, she probably doesn't want to own this, but I thought the idea of putting in this much effort for a friend was nice.
Yeah, I think it's again like it's one of those weird things where we just don't really understand Wit's intentions. Like, I want to believe that she just did it to be a friend. And I feel like I said a couple episodes ago, like, I want to see some character development from Wit. And I do feel like we get that in this scene, especially when she's talking about her marriage and like all of these things. So maybe we will chalk it up to her actually being a good friend.
Yeah, because the other side of it is saying things about her marriage and bringing this, like, it could all just be manipulating Kara into letting her show the art. And I think she just desperately wants to be friends with her, especially if you
Yeah.
feel like your marriage is failing. Like, that's when you go to your friends and like the people in your life. And so again, we do learn later in the episode that Kara is being paid as this consultant role just straight from Whitney's pocket. Like, the network
Yeah.
clearly isn't paying for this, and 20 grand's not a small amount that she goes to bring Kara just in cash so
Yeah.
that Kara will hang out with her and be like the cultural representative on the show to like coach Wit specifically. So she's almost just paying her to be her friend.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not to say this again, but it's a little bit pathetic.
It's sad. So it's like, on the one hand, it seems like she's trying, and like that is a lot of effort you have to put into to keep someone around. Like,
Mhm.
spending $20,000 for the vast majority of people is an insane amount. And like going really far out of your way to get these items and to drop it off at her house, and it could all, like, it's all manipulation for someone to be your friend, but it's like, is it worth like all of this to be friends with her?
Yeah, I
Like,
feel
she
like
seems
Kara.
fine. Is she
Yeah.
that good? She's not that good of a friend. She doesn't even like Whitney back very much. So what like, can you not pay someone who kind of likes you?
It's also like we know that she's also bought art from Kara before. So it's like at this point Wit's like really bankrolling Kara's life.
Mhm.
But yeah, I'm just like $20,000, like you need a better friend than this. You could definitely hire a better friend than this.
Oh yeah, someone who actually likes being around you and like puts effort in for you rather than just making fun of you behind your back constantly and is pretty mean. Like, you
Yeah.
could pay someone to do a better job.
Yeah.
Also, I thought it was very funny that she locks her money in her freezer.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, well, we see like it's seemingly a roommate that it's maybe they don't get along. Like that was kind of the vibe that I got. But yeah, that was like wild. I feel like that's very like an old person thing to do.
I don't know why you would put money in your freezer. Like, what for? There must be a better hiding spot than the spot with a 5-letter lock that I'm sure if you really wanted to, you could crack.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, like a bank account, but then you have to go through taxes. Like she's definitely just trying to hide it for tax purposes, but I don't know. Maybe she doesn't have another good secure spot to put it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this conversation between Carr and Wit is very illuminating. Carr really doesn't want to sign the release, and she explains that a lot of it is because of what Wit's parents do. She doesn't think it's like the right fit for her art, and she's, getting instructions from people that like, hey, you shouldn't be associating yourself with this. And Kara even goes ahead and says, like, Wit, your parents take advantage of poor people.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Pretty harsh.
literally what Whitney is doing. She's like paying
Yeah.
people to do what she wants. It is harsh. It did remind me that the last time we saw Wit's parents, like, they throwing like a 70th birthday party that she rejected.
Yes.
I'm
They,
like,
they were trying to.
did we just like ignore your dad's birthday? We just didn't care about it anymore.
I feel like it'll come back around. We don't know how much time has passed, I guess.
Nothing comes back around.
Maybe it will. Well, Nala chanting fall at Josie did come back around in the episode.
Yeah.
So we had one complete storyline within this actual episode. Thank God.
I'm sure this can't be the only time that's happened, right? It might be.
Yeah, it might be. In this show, it might be. But yeah, this is also when Wit shares that she is unhappy in her marriage. She thinks that Asher is holding her back artistically, which I don't think that's the issue. Like, I feel like the issue is like Wit just hates Asher. It seems.
Yeah. Yeah, he's definitely not holding her back artistically. If anything, he's encouraging every single dream and pursuit she has and is fighting very hard to make it happen for her. So I kind of see it as the exact opposite. Like, frankly, him attending this horrific corporate comedy class because she asked him to is pretty darn generous. Like, I don't know if
Yeah.
any of us would do that for our partners.
Oh my God. Well, oh my God, we'll have to get into that, but it's a rough go. I was gonna ask you, so you do think that do you think that Kara is genuinely sad for Whitney with the marriage stuff?
I think she didn't know what to say. Like, the marriage stuff was clearly being used to make Kara say yes because she feels bad for Whitney and to get her to stay. And then it let her elaborate the conversation a bit to mention the $20,000 that Kara could make. So then Kara was trying to backtrack a little bit and seem interested. I don't think she's genuinely that worried about it. It's just it was a very awkward conversation because Whitney even says out loud and acknowledges, like, I am so off base. Like, I came here to offer you a job and thought you would be so excited and this would be so special. And you don't even want your art in the show. Like, I am so off base. So she has that self-awareness.
Yeah.
That Kara is not interested in participating, but then uses this money and the social manipulation to extend the conversation to say, you know what, I understand why we're drifting apart. It's because you can tell that I'm not being honest with you and being forthcoming about what's happening in my life, to try to get Kara to be more involved in her life and for them to seem like better friends. Like, I have had people, some of the people that I've become the closest with, it's because they super overshare when we first meet. And I'm like, oh, we must be pretty good friends because I know a lot about you. So I have had that happen once or twice where I'm like, we must be pretty close because I know a lot about you.
Oh.
So I think it does make you feel closer to a person because you know all this stuff about their life and there's more to talk about. And it's not just like this little surface level thing. So I think later on in the episode, when we get another few Kara Whitney scenes, like, I really liked those, and we'll talk about them when we get there. But I think she's like slowly worming her way into Kara's heart, maybe a teeny tiny bit.
Are we rooting for them to actually be friends?
I'm rooting for someone to be friends. Can anyone in this cast like each other in any capacity?
Abshir and what was the security guard at the coffee shop's name?
Fernando
and Abshir, could they be friends? I feel like that's like,
no,
I'd be rooting for that friendship.
Fernando and the jean shop lady.
Oh yeah, Fernando and the assistant. They seemed like they were actually friends.
Yeah. I don't know if any two people in this whole cast like each other. So it would be nice to see somebody genuinely get along, not because of a weird second agenda. I don't know if we'll actually see it.
Yeah. I feel like this is kind of a thing in a lot of the movies that I've seen that are directed by Benny Safdie and the Safdie brothers.
Just that, like, everyone's very unlikable.
Well, the characters are often really unlikable. Have you seen Uncut Gems and Good Time?
I've seen Uncut Gems.
Okay. I feel like the characters are often unlikable and they always have some kind of like background agenda. Like, I feel like they're never genuine. They're always like doing something as a means to an end.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like, at least.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that you can see that in this show, that no one's being genuine. I think Asher is kind of being genuine.
Do you think he's being genuine in a corporate comedy class?
Too genuine, actually, I would say.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay. So we're back at corporate comedy class. Not being taught by our friend Stuart Laws, unfortunately for them.
Unfortunately. Oh man, I wish that Stuart was here for a corporate comedy session. Dressed as a wolf. Teaching us.
He could have workshopped this penis joke a lot better, I think.
I think so. We might have to DM him to ask him if he'll workshop it for us. But so in this teacher, again, everyone is terrible. Everyone is terrible all the time. Like, I want to like someone so badly, and I'm just
Yeah.
grasping at straws. Every episode, I'm like, I hate everyone, and I have no conclusions, and I'm left out in the dark. There's a curse on me.
Yeah, what is it more offensive for the teacher to want Asher to make a joke about him losing his job and all of the insecurities he has with that, or to make a joke about his small penis? Like, which is more offensive?
Both are unbelievably offensive, and I'm dying to know why Asher is telling this man anything about his life, let alone anything this personal. Like, can we see the conversation where Asher dropped that he had a small penis to this random comedian? Like, how did that happen? And why are you discussing it?
How did you not think like this might come up?
Because why would you bring that up? That's a crazy thing to be like, that guy's got a small dick. Let's talk about it in front of everyone. And then have every student be like, can we not? And he's like, we're workshopping it. Say it again.
I do think the class had Asher's back. Like, they were like, he doesn't want to talk about it. So that was nice to see.
But they say he doesn't want to talk about it. And it's like, why did you bring it up to the teacher? Like, what was that conversation? I don't understand.
I think part of it is like Asher, we've seen him and Whitney both are really like surface level with a lot of people. So I feel like most likely the teacher asked, what are some insecurities you have? And Asher just said, like, kind of in a joking way, like, oh, I have a small dick, but like didn't think far enough in advance that this might come up again. And I think he didn't want to reveal, you know, oh, my wife fucking hates me. I'm worried that I'm not going to be able to have kids. Like, all of these other things that he's dealing with. I'm worried that this show that I'm working on is a waste of time. I'm worried all my friends hate me, you know, based on Dougie and the way that he's treated him. Like, I feel like he has so many insecurities that the small dick and the losing the job thing just like floated to the top as like so like easy surface level, you know, he doesn't have to really reveal much about himself.
Ooh, yeah. When those are like the least of your worries, I don't know. It's a little rough out there.
Having a small dick, you know, to speak to the small penis community, if anyone's listening, like, that's not your fault. So I could see it being, obviously you might be insecure about it, but I do feel like it's one of those things where it's like, well, it's not like this is my fault. You know, like I didn't want to have a small dick.
There's so many people that make dick jokes, but this is corporate comedy class. You would think that this is the exact thing they would be avoiding. Like, don't talk about your genitals at work.
Yes. And then also it's crazy that then the instructor tries to blame Asher and is like, you made everyone uncomfortable.
Oh, yeah, this guy sucks.
He's the worst. He's the 100%. Worst.
He's a terrible teacher, too.
You didn't like his notes on the chalkboard?
No. The jokes he wants to feature are double entendres, simple plus true, and contrast.
Yeah, and then I think that I also missed one. I think it was also like self-deprecation was the other thing. Which,
yeah, I like the concept of you bringing a joke to kind of workshop and show like, this is how you would maybe say a joke, but let's make it corporate friendly. And what's another way to express the same concept, but make it like PG. So I think that's like a fun exercise to do. But I don't think he even did that well. Suddenly we're like physically smothering children.
Yeah, even the like overbearing mother thing was a little bit like weird. He's just a bit graphic. It was very weird. This teacher.
Yeah, he's not great.
But yeah, so Asher is very upset. He calls the comedian a bad comedian. He would be better if he was on YouTube telling jokes like the guys that Asher watches, which I'm very curious what comedians Asher's watching on YouTube. Would love to see his watch or previously watched category.
Well, he's listening to Kevin Hart later in the car.
Yes.
Which I don't think Kevin Hart has a lot of content on YouTube, but lots of comedians, especially now, are on like TikTok and YouTube Shorts and everything, doing a lot of crowd work.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, he probably literally is better off on YouTube.
Yeah, most likely.
Mhm.
I mean, get big on TikTok. What was that guy with the big chin?
What?
Matt
The Crimson
Rife.
Chin?
No,
Oh.
Matt Rife. He like got super popular, and then like everyone realized like, oh, you're actually not very funny. You just like are
And
mildly
like
good looking.
hate women.
Yeah, he was like, I'm gonna make a really played out and boring domestic violence joke, and then be upset when people don't like it.
Yeah, he was funny, and then just like hated the demographic of people that followed him and who were like really loving him, which is too bad, and pushed them away. And also was cheating on like 10 women at the same time. So that was also crazy.
Oh, I didn't hear about that part.
Oh, yeah. There's a whole I know too much about this, frankly.
Whoa, okay.
Well, there's a podcaster, Brooke Schofield, who does Canceled with Tana, who they were seeing each other, and he was like, all the different cities that he would visit was like seeing other women saying the exact same thing to them. They made like a whole group chat about it. Like, it's
the women
crazy.
Unionized.
Yes, the women unionized.
Oh my
They
God.
traded notes, they swapped text messages, and they were like, oh, he's dating all of us.
Oh my God.
Which is awful to see.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
don't cheat.
He had hoes in different area codes, as they say.
Yeah. Well, don't they say if it's a different area code, it doesn't, like, you're in the clear?
I certainly don't say that.
Methinks there's a saying.
Call it. You're listening. Okay. Yes. So we see Asher. He drives home. He seemingly has run over their not factor food delivery, and Asher and Whitney basically immediately get into a fight because Whit had seen the report from the casino where Asher was the whistleblower. Do you want to explain this whole situation with Joanna and the gaming board?
Sure. So the gaming board has a self-exclusion group where if you are someone who has an issue with gambling, they're supposed to be able to identify you before you even get into the casino. And as soon as you come into the casino and start playing at a table, they should know your name. And they remove you immediately because you are not someone who should gamble. You are excluding yourself from gambling. And so this individual, Joanna, was supposed to be removed immediately. They didn't catch her. She won $35,000 at slots. And then she went on to continue playing at other tables and ultimately won $70,000. And it shows Asher and his coworker kind of pointing and laughing, knowing that they are not going to allow her to keep any of this money because she's on the self-exclusion list. And so they go up to her, they take the money, they ask her to leave. So she's arguing in the news article that she won the money fair and square and she should be able to keep it. She wanted to have her brother come and cash the chips, but they took it from her and didn't allow it.
This is crazy. Do we know if these self-exclusion groups exist in real life? I should have Googled that before the episode.
We should Google it now, probably.
Yeah. Oh, it does seem that there are some sort of tools. At least I'm just looking in Ontario. I'm going to click on this and then now my computer is going to think I have a gambling problem and I'm going to get like weird ads. But yeah, there's a thing called My Play Break and it seems like...
Don't you make poor bets every week? Don't you make bad bets every single week? You might have a gambling problem.
I don't bet very much. No, okay.
You bet weekly.
Well, that's
you do gamble.
Very little. Okay.
You need to explain this.
I'll explain. Yeah. So I'm in a couple fantasy football leagues. And
the fact that you're in multiple fantasy football leagues is
but you
too
don't
many.
you don't bet in fantasy football leagues, like at least in mine. Like you put in like $25 at the beginning of the season, but like that's it. And it's just like whoever wins.
Literally betting.
But you're not gambling. You just you pool the money and then whoever wins the league doesn't even get the money, like they get a trophy. But anyway.
What's the money for? The trophy?
So the first year in one of my leagues, we bought the trophy. In my other league, the winner does get money. they like get however much money they would have gotten.
Mhm.
Which, to be fair, the trophy that I did win last year in one of my leagues,
You did
no big
post
deal.
about it. It's
The trophy
huge.
is exquisite.
It's enormous. It
It's
is not a
enormous.
cherry tomato.
Yeah, and it's in my living room. And
Yeah.
it stares at me every day, and I'm like, God, I was so good at fantasy football that one time.
If you want to see it, it is on Kelly's Instagram page. Also, we are on YouTube right now. Come watch us on YouTube.
Oh yes. Yeah, but anyway, so yes, my friends in a different league, not the one that I won, invited me, an exclusive group of 3 people invited me to be a 4th person in this betting parlay. I don't even know what to call it, like group, where every week some person, one of us, puts up $10 and we make a 4-leg parlay, but all of the bets have to be even or worse odds, so like positive or even odds. And then we let the bets all go, and then by the end of the week we decide who is the bozo, and whoever is the bozo is the person who had the worst bet. And if you're the bozo, then you put up the $10 the following week. So we have yet to win any money. But allegedly, this is the problem. Colin was like, you didn't ask how many times they have won. Like, and I was like, no, I didn't really think about that part. Because apparently last year they did win a few times. And then they took all the money out and like went drinking. Because if you win a 4-leg parlay with bad odds, you win like a couple $100. So they like took it and got beers or whatever. But this year, because they added me, it has become exponentially more difficult. Because that's how statistics works. So unfortunately, we have yet to win. Not for you. It's more for the audience.
Our audience is unbelievably intelligent, smart, good looking.
Yeah.
Funny.
Honestly, if anyone has like good Sunday football sports bets, like send them my way, because like I do struggle sometimes.
Isn't that like this is why you need to be on like the self-exclusion group.
It's $10.
Send me your bets.
But it's like $10 and I don't even send it usually. I've only been the $10 person one time in 7
Excellent.
weeks. And I was only the $10 person because we actually all lost the bets. All of our bets were bad. And my friends were like, you haven't done it yet, so we just feel like it's your week and maybe you'll win and we'll be lucky.
Did you win or no?
No, we still lost.
Now, are the self-exclusion things real?
Yes, so they do seem to be real. Also on like sports betting apps, they do have a thing where you can like block yourself from being able to access them.
But our one friend does that. But
he's not involved in my betting thing, just so we're clear.
But then he just will message the group chat and be like, hey, can someone put this bet down for me?
Yeah, he does that. And then he also will call, like, so if you, from what I understand, because again, I don't actually bet that much, but if you block yourself on those apps, you have to like call a phone number to be able to like reinstate your account. And so he'll like block himself and then like immediately call the phone number to be like, never mind. So this does exist, but it's a bit different. It's more like they don't even let you, like it'd be more like they like fully stop you at the door and like don't even
which is what they should have done, because then it's very contentious of, okay, you've come in and now you've won an enormous sum of money, especially in this community, when we're seeing the poverty. Like $70,000 is a huge chunk of change.
Yeah.
And so for people to be able to say, well, because you're in this group and we didn't stop you at the door, which is our responsibility, and we're watching you continue to bet, now we get to take your money. I don't know how that works. I don't know if it's legal. It feels illegal.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, the $70,000 could literally have bought Abshir's house, right? Like,
yeah.
So
definitely.
It does feel like
American too. American. Wow.
Oh my god.
That's like what, 110,000 Canadian?
God, I don't even know.
It's sad.
$97,000 Canadian.
Okay, it is less than I thought. But
it's still a lot.
Still good.
It's still a lot of money.
Yes. No, a ton of money.
But yeah, it does feel like because they didn't stop her at the door, like she should be allowed to keep the money.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not a lawyer, but
We actually know a lot of lawyers. Should we call someone?
no, they never give a good answer. They're always like, "Oh, this is out of my scope." It's like, "Oh my God.
Get
Like,
in the
come
scope.
on. Just like put yourself in my shoes. I'm on a podcast and it's just for like fun."
It's not legally binding.
Yeah, relax.
If anyone needs a divorce lawyer in Chicago, let us know.
Yeah. Well, she's not barred yet, but
She's working on it.
she was a really good lawyer in Toronto.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's definitely upsetting. How would you feel if this happened to you? Like if you're Whit and you're in Whit's shoes, you're watching your partner like laugh at this woman. How do you feel?
I don't think anyone feels good. I don't think I'm locking myself in the bathroom. I think I'm probably having a conversation. And also, I think it counts for a lot that he is the whistleblower.
Yeah.
And I think, frankly, and maybe I'm an idiot, but frankly, if my actual husband was like, hey, I know it looks like this, but I was telling him to go talk to her, and you can only see my back, but I'm telling you, I don't find the situation funny, I'd probably believe them. I'd be like, okay, you're telling me your perspective. I trust you 100%. Like, Whitney, I think, is just like nitpicking and like always wants to see him in a bad light and is picking out the worst qualities. And I think it does look like he's laughing, but it's genuinely not his job to go over and remove the woman. Like, she shouldn't have been let in at the door. Like, it's not his job.
It's also hard, like what he's saying, where he's like, you didn't understand like the vibe in there, where it's like he is in a weird situation because he's talking to the gambling inspector and like he doesn't want to ruin that relationship with that guy either. So like I think, one of the most probably normal things that everyone's experienced, one of the most universal things that we've experienced is like being in a weird situation at work where you kind of like just have to like smile and nod and go along with something, even though you're like, I don't necessarily agree with what you're saying. And like, it doesn't even have to be something as intense as this or like anything like, it can be something as simple as like, I think this is like a bad business decision. And you kind of just have to sit there sometimes because you don't want to ruin a relationship. So not to defend Asher, but
to defend Asher and give this man a little bit of grace. Like, in this situation, like he is the one who brought it forward. And again, the only reason he's releasing all this information and kind of sewering himself in some categories is because Whit doesn't want this other interview that mentions her parents out. Like, it's for her. Which the interview, again, was not that bad and was certainly not worth all this.
Yeah. And obviously, like, we don't see the rest of the casino employees, but like this clearly makes sense why we saw that Asher's friend last week was not happy to see him and kind of tried to blow him off. But I am interested to see the rest of the casino employees' reactions.
So I am confused that he got blown off unless all the camera footage, like, unless it was blatantly obvious that Asher's the one who took it. But you would think that considering Asher is in the footage, that he wouldn't have been the one to release this. So if I was his coworker, I wouldn't have assumed that Asher was the one who sent this to the news. I would think, oh, you're in it with us. We're both freaking out.
But you're forgetting the most important thing, which is the Gatorade spill heist. Which I think all of a sudden you're probably thinking back like, oh, that fucking idiot, when he spilled all that Gatorade and I left the room, he probably stole the security tape footage.
It would just be crazy to release footage that you're in.
Like implicating yourself?
Yes. No?
I think, but it doesn't show his face. It's only his back. So it's like, unless you're Whit and you know this man so well, like, you probably wouldn't realize it was Asher. He doesn't even work there anymore either.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, like, I mean, it's just a bad situation. for
If
everyone
someone
involved.
did the goofiest heist imaginable, literally threw Gatorade all over your body, and then you realize what happened and you bump into them, how do you not say anything? How do you not? I think they must sell Gatorade there, like by the cash. I don't know how you
At
don't
most
just like
Home Depots, they do.
at the front. I don't know how you don't buy a Gatorade and just like pour it all over Asher and then walk away.
Yeah. Get some sort of revenge. Like something.
Yeah. Do
I
like a
don't
little
know.
like, I know what you did.
Do we
Goodbye.
think this is how the heist was achieved at the Louvre?
Of course, Gatorade. It
They were
fueled
like,
them.
it fueled their heisting.
It fueled
They
their
poured it all over everything.
Apparently they just like put a ladder at an open balcony and then just
It's
climbed back
so-
down it and left.
That's so sick. I'm obsessed with that.
So iconic. Like and the worst part is you can't even tell people you did it. Like
That
if
would
I
be the
did
toughest
it,
part. That would be
it'd
the
be
hardest
so hard.
part.
Like not only would I say it, but I would say it here to you.
If
I'd be like, yo.
imagine you make a new friend and you're like, I hope they overshare a little, and then they're like, I have to
Yeah.
tell you something. I've been wanting to get this off my chest. I'm the one who heisted the Louvre.
I'd be like, oh my gosh, we must be really good friends for you to tell me that. You must trust me a lot. I'd be like,
Yeah.
wow, we're best friends.
The first question has to be, what did you do with the jewels? Like, where are they? What did they do with them?
You gotta sit on those for a hot minute and then take them apart, get them recut to different smaller sizes, and then sell those off one by one somewhere far away.
I feel so. Colin's theory was it went to like a Saudi prince. Like the people
Sick.
stole it and like gave it to like a Saudi prince or something. Because like, yeah, how else? Like you can't be having that stuff just like in your house.
Well, if no one knows it's there, you can.
Oh, if you like hide it, yeah, for sure. But like you're gonna display it a little bit. Come on.
Knock, knock. Your little friend's cold outside. Bring them in.
Yeah.
Just
Like,
store them in the
sorry.
freezer.
When you come over and I'm like wearing a tiara and a giant chain, like mind your business. And I'm in my like little pajamas or whatever.
Like, do you not take it out and put it on for like a little bit?
You definitely there's no way you don't put it on, right?
You don't don yourself in precious gems.
You're like sending that to a group chat for sure. This is why we could
Oh.
never heist.
It would get in our group chat so fast.
Immediate.
Be like, ha, ha.
Be
Yeah.
like, nobody save this. Nobody save this.
Check it out on Snapchat. the Louvre heisters just doing little Snapchats.
Oh my
Don't
God,
screenshot.
I would love that.
Yeah.
Oh, the Louvre heist. God,
So good.
I can't wait to find out what happened.
I don't know if I want them to get caught. Because it's like, I kind of don't want them to get caught. Like, the nerve it takes to rob the Louvre during operating hours in broad daylight should be rewarded.
Yeah, we should just let them be legends.
Let them be legends.
Oh my God.
There's an actual video of them escaping and the police driving by them and the person taking the video being like, there they are. Like they're just they're getting away and the police are just like driving away. And I'm like, right off into the sunset.
They're getting away.
Let them get away.
I hope there's fan fiction about the Louvre heisters. Just throwing it out there.
Oh, yeah. They can climb up to my balcony.
Oh my God. Oh my
Steal
word.
my heart.
Oh. They're like, oh, we went into the wrong balcony and now we're in love.
I feel like someone could convince me of that. They'd be like, oh my gosh, we're so in love now. And I'd be like, oh, we must be. You seem really sure about this.
They're like, you seem really strong. You climbed you climbed that ladder.
They climbed just a rope up in jeans.
Yeah. Oh my
I'm,
God.
like,
No,
so impressed.
they're in like all black. They're looking svelte for sure. Like imagine how
look very
snatched you're
smooth.
looking in that all black outfit with the jewels.
Yeah. The jewels are popping off that all black leotard. Is that velvet? Is that crushed velvet? It's not even breathable. Your cardio must be insane. You know what's really attractive? A slow heart rate. Famously, like your heart rate, very low, very impressive.
Yeah, they're like, I'm not even excited. I wasn't even excited to heist the Louvre, but now that I'm here with you, my heart rate is going crazy.
Like, I have a fast, like, resting heart rate, and I find it embarrassing.
You do? How fast is it?
I don't know. Not slow.
You don't want to share that information?
I don't wear, like, any devices, but it's probably, like, 60 or 70.
No, there's no way it's that high.
Oh, no, it is. No, it for sure is somewhere in there. Whereas yours is a very impressive, like, 50s or something, right? 40s?
Like,
what is it?
Brag.
Brag already.
It's like, yeah, it ranges like 45 to 52-ish.
My heart could not be still. No, a slow or like a low resting heart rate really does it for me. I'm like, wow, your cardio is crazy.
They're like, wow, I like it that you're almost dead, actually.
I'm like, wow, that's a really impressive resting heart rate you have there. Let me listen. Because to be still and like sleek and like calm,
attractive.
Very attractive. I could never. I sit there like shaking, like. Like
I think that was Asher during the heist. Like, I think his heart rate was probably like at least 100.
Popping off.
Yeah, he was like zone 3. I'd say
I would be not smooth like Asher for sure.
I mean, I have a slow resting heart rate, but I don't think I'm not good at pressure like that. I don't think.
Yeah, the good people listening, DM us your heart rate, your resting heart rate.
Your resting heart rates.
We'll rank you.
We'll power rank everyone.
Yeah, if you could send us your heart rate during the podcast, and then, if you could send us pee samples before you listen to the podcast, and then while you're listening to the podcast, so we could know if we're friends, that would be very helpful for us. We want to know that you're enjoying yourselves.
Yeah. If not, we'll go on a roller coaster with you.
It's frankly the least you could do. Like, it's not that I just need reassurance. It's that I need like tangible proof with the reassurance. Like, you can't just tell me that you're having a good time. Like, submit the receipts. Where is the proof? I need to be able to point to something and say like, oh, you are having a good time. Thank you for sharing your urine sample with me.
I will say not one person peed themselves in solidarity with me last week.
That you know of.
That I know of.
Eddie certainly did.
Eddie does piss in his pants every day. So he's my number one.
Baby.
So solid number one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Can we also discuss Asher's insane inability to use cling wrap? Like,
yes. What was going on there?
I would like to know if that was actually in the script of like Asher cannot for the life of him cling wrap his leftovers, or if like Nathan was just trying to remember his lines and was just like couldn't do it at the same time, or like, because sometimes it gets the best of us, but like when the cling wrap clings to itself, you're doomed. Nightmare. You're fucked.
I was confused, like, because like wasn't this like the Factor reheatable meal again? It's like he didn't eat the whole thing.
He had like a big bowl full of leftovers, and then other smaller things. I didn't understand what was happening. Maybe it was like a family Factor kind of thing where it's a larger portion.
Yeah, I'm like, what was he eating? I don't know. It was very confusing.
they needed us to see him running it over for some reason, which I don't understand how that
Yeah.
helped or moved the plot in any way. It's like when the golf statue fell out of Whitney's trunk. Like, I don't understand what that did for us.
I feel like I saw that a bit more just because it was like she was so adamant about like, oh yeah, we'll like get it in the trunk, and I feel like it like just flying directly out of the trunk when she's like, oh yeah, it fits, like don't worry about it. She's trying to just be so chill and like, she's like, oh yeah, everything's fine, like let's go, and then immediately pulling out and it flying out of the car, I feel like was just to show how not put together she really is. That's what I read it as.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the running over the factor. I do think like we're getting so many car things.
Yeah, there's some car problems. There's some issues. And then Stuart Laws has warned us that there is a tree issue.
Yeah.
So maybe a car hits the tree
Oh,
falls on Abshir.
Oh God. Oh my God, don't even bring that up.
On the house. I suspect that Abshir is 100% fine because Nala is in school functioning like her usual self. Like, yes, there's school bullies and stuff going on, but like if your dad died via chiropractor, like you're not trying to climb a rope at gym class.
Yeah. No,
I
I
suspect
think
he's 100% fine.
I think you're probably right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we also see a couple of things. One, Wit's card is charging another $400.
$460 American.
Oh my God. That's a lot of jeans.
We need to go take some jeans.
Yeah.
Like, the store owner must have got herself a few pairs of jeans at this point, no? Like, you do a few charges, and you're like, oh, she's going to come and say something. Like, she's going to put a stop to this. Then you just keep doing it. At some point, you're getting yourself some jeans.
Oh, yeah. I would definitely be getting myself some new jeans. Are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
I'd be like, you're working around these, like, $200-$300 jeans. Like, yeah, you're taking some for yourself for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, we also then after that see Whitney, and she's filming what seems like confessionals with Dougie, and Dougie kind of prods at her, being like, oh, is Asher holding you back? And
this
he
is
also
crazy. What is this show actually about? What is this confessional?
I don't know. It was upsetting. It was very upsetting. And Dougie's like very much like, oh well, you guys are so strong, like you're gonna hold on, like the marriage is gonna be okay. And Whitney like makes a very visible face when he says that.
I feel like she's gonna want a divorce and then is gonna remember that like she likes her husband. And
but does she like her husband?
Like, I don't know how you could marry someone you don't like. Like, at some point, you guys were, like, super in love. Like, you're doing a show together. You built a life together. Like, you must... I don't know. It really seems like she doesn't like him, but I don't understand. Is it just because, like, I don't feel like he's holding her back creatively.
I feel like it's just that I don't know. I don't know if it's the show is making her feel more important maybe than she is in a way.
The focus group, she's like,
group.
I'm the star, I'm the green queen.
Yeah, like I don't know if it's just all of the attention being on her has really made her like too big for her own good, where now she is just kind of an egomaniac.
But
and
the thing is,
sorry, go ahead.
I was gonna say, I feel like if she went up to Asher and was telling him, I want to be the star of the show, I want to be the green queen, I want you to be perceived as this kind of silly sidekick, like my goofy husband that comes in, says some corporate comedy jokes, we have a little bit going, but like it's my dream to be the star of a TV show and to show my passive houses, I feel like he'd be super into it. I feel like he loves her so much and would say, I want your dreams to come true. My dream is to support you in your goals. I'm happy being a shitty landlord on the side. Let me help you be the green queen.
Yeah.
But instead, she's perceiving it as, oh, I'm the star and you're not good enough for me. But I think if she actually was with someone who was funnier, better looking, more charismatic was the star, she would hate that as well.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think the problem is that she just doesn't know herself. Like, that's what it seems like. She's like, has all of these things that she's doing, right? Like, she has like the houses and like she's like learning about all these cultures, but I feel like she doesn't actually know anything about herself. Like you said earlier, she's just so performative in all of these actions that I think it's just that she has no idea like what she actually wants in a partner, which is maybe what happened with Asher. Maybe she thought like, oh, I want this guy who like is so in love with me and like 10 toes down for me, will do anything for me. But realistically, she just needs to figure herself out and like actually get to the root of her own issues, which probably start with her parents who seemingly just kind of bail her out of everything, even though she doesn't want to admit it.
Yeah. Yeah, the public and performative like disrespect of her parents while constantly using them for money to be perceived as philanthropic and caring is crazy. I also think it's very funny how much you like the phrase 10 toes down while hating feet more than anyone I know. Like, there's nothing you hate more than a foot.
It's such a good descriptor. I have a philosophical question for you
Oh,
that I just thought of.
Okay.
Okay. So if Wit is getting this money from her parents, who we deem as like not great people, they're getting the money via means that are not great for society. They're taking from poor people, all of these things. But then she's reinvesting it kind of back into the community. Is that still net positive or is it net negative? Because I actually have no clue which way I would lean.
I think we have to look at landlords as a whole. Like, is it unethical to be a landlord? Because almost always, although right now, again, the housing situation in Canada is crazy and renting a lot of times at this moment is a better way to save money than owning a house and having a mortgage for now.
Until Doug Ford gets his hands on the rent control. But
yes. But hypothetically, if the landlord is always the richer individual, anyone you rent to is going to be poorer than you. So is taking rent unethical? Or is it how they're treating their tenants? Like, are they bad landlords? Are they taking advantage of them? If so, how? And what are they doing? So like, everyone says that they're terrible landlords. I'd like that to be fleshed out and to understand why they're awful landlords and what are they doing with their tenants. Because like, why aren't you just being a good landlord? I don't know why. They seem like every time, and I get that it's your daughter, but they seem very responsive to her needs and if she needs something, and they seem to have lots of money. So if you have that much money, if your building needs some repairs, like, why wouldn't you repair it? It's your property. You want the upkeep to be good. Do you remember the examples of like why they're terrible landlords and why they're bad people?
I don't know if they had like concrete examples. I think they were just like, oh, they're slumlords. So it sounds like, yeah, the buildings are probably in disrepair, like kind of the usual things that you hear when you hear of like a bad landlord, I would guess.
If they're shitty landlords, which I think they're trying to tell us that they are, I mean, it's better to reinvest it in the community than to not. Also, based on the whole giving Whitney cash and not wanting to deal with taxes and it coming out of her inheritance, it seems like her inheritance is like multi-million, like truly an enormous amount of money.
Yeah. Generational wealth, it sounds like.
Yeah. Oh, the dream.
Oh, God. If only. It must be nice.
Yeah, I think that, you know, if you're not a great person, but you're doing some things correctly, like, we as individuals, it is very hard to make a massive difference in your community. Like, whereas she has some financial means. And even, yeah, you know, you roll your eyes, you think it's a stupid fix, but even doing little things like, you know what, don't call the police, just give them the freaking jeans, like just charge me, which I believe is why she's asking her parents for more money to maybe pay off that credit card bill. Like, the bar is in hell, but this is better than not.
Yeah, but I think the money was to pay Cara, right?
Half of it. So she needed 15 to 20, she said, but she gave her 20. 20,000 for Cara. She asked for 30, so maybe 10,000 for the credit card bill. And then her dad gave her 40 because he said, well, so you come back less often asking for money because clearly you're going to come back and ask for more.
Oh my God. I'm like, that is crazy. I can't imagine my mom's reaction if I asked for that much money.
Well, if your mom had like $28 million.
That's true.
Would you maybe ask for 30,000 if you needed it?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So I think
Mom, if you're hiding 28 mil.
Because I feel like that's the scope. Like, I feel like they have like 30 mil. Like, I feel like they have like millions. So,
well, yeah, because they also gave her all of the houses, right?
They gave her like the whole area to develop. Like, building a passive house is very expensive. So I feel like they're multi-millionaires. And again, you're just like, take 40, whatever. And this is a common reoccurrence where she's coming back and using this well a lot. Like, there's definitely better things, and it's she doesn't understand what a community like this actually needs. Yeah. There's a saying that I like, that's nothing about us without us, where, again, like if someone is living on the street or is experiencing homelessness, there's like the perception of what we think they might need. Whereas if you just go and ask them, what do you need? Their answer is probably different. And so including people experiencing poverty in the conversation. And again, this jeans store is an example of putting a high-end jeans store to attract higher income individuals, and a fancy coffee shop with $10 lattes is not helping the community. Like, putting in an affordable clothing store so that community members can get newer clothes for a price that they can afford. Like, that's what would help the community. Not a bunch of rich people showing up and then taking over spaces, and then they don't have to, but then some members of the community steal. So I think it's just, you think you're making the community nice by putting expensive things in. That doesn't make the community nice.
Yeah. It just makes it look like, on the outside, someone like driving through might be like, oh, there's like a nice coffee shop, but there's an expensive jeans store. But yeah, it's not actually doing anything for the people who actually live there. Maybe to like a passerby or someone like passing through, they might think, what a nice little community. But yeah, the people who live there would actually know what they need and what would help them.
Yeah, so I don't think we answered your question at all.
That's okay.
I think I went off on a long tangent about nothing. But
no, it was great.
I think that if you are to take unethical money and spend it on a community in an ethical way, it is good. It is net positive.
Net positive for the world.
All the money at some point is unethical. Like, it's all no dollar is clean. It's all
literally
everything's garbage.
Capitalism is garbage.
Everything's on fire.
Yes, literally. Okay, should we talk quickly about Whit not wanting to do Shabbat with Asher?
Sad.
And how sad he was. He bought a challah for her, and she's like, no, I'm not coming. I have to go hang out with my friends.
And what was especially funny is that her plans were getting Cara to sign this contract and then convincing her to play basketball, which she didn't even know if she would say yes to.
Yeah, she was waiting to ask to play basketball. You could tell.
Which, okay, we can get into what Dougie thought of Asher in this situation, but if we want to focus on basketball, I did think it looked very fun. Like, I thought so too. I thought I'd kind of want to hang out with. This is the first time I would kind of want to hang out with Whitney. She's making silly games. I think she's like worming her way into Kara's heart a little bit. Like there's something about being in a funk and like someone being very silly and like shaking you out of it, whether it's like playing a funny game, like, oh, let's spin a bunch of times and yell and throw the ball. Like, that is fun. That is a good idea. Like, I would want to play horse. Because if you're just sitting there shooting the basket, you're like, oh, yeah, it's fine. But when you make all these fun little games of it, like, I think she did worm her way into Kara's heart. And so I thought that did look very nice. And it felt like a genuine scene. And what was very funny when Whitney was, did she say she like auditioned or she tried out for like her varsity team, and then her proceeding to not know in any way how to bounce a basketball was unbelievably funny.
Oh, it was great.
But I like the Whitney where she's making an absolute fool of herself and just like is just out there trying to like bring a little joy. Like this felt like one of the only genuine moments to me.
This actually makes me feel like Whitney might be like a fun mom. Because like one thing, like underrated thing, I feel like everyone always complains about having kids. Underrated part about having kids is like you get to just like act like a fool in public because like you're just trying to entertain your kid. So like the amount of times that I've done like dumb shit, like dancing in the grocery store, like yelling things. Currently my son's favorite thing is skeletons because it's Halloween, and so we like just go out and look for skeletons, and like the joy that he finds when we find a giant skeleton is unmatched, and he gets so excited. And then we have to like talk to the skeleton, we have to say goodbye to the skeleton, and I'm like, I look like a crazy person, but like it is fun when you get to like play these little like games. I feel like people forget when you're kids, you know, you play all these games and then we become adults and we don't do it anymore. And I feel, you know, Whit would probably be good at doing this kind of thing with a kid. So
yeah, coming up with fun games and like to kids, like the silliest thing, or like going along with a bit of theirs. Like I went to Great Wolf Lodge on the weekend, and like the kids like get these wands to use, and like you're supposed to go around like the hotel and like use them. But the kids that I was there with, like this one little girl just wanted to cast poo spells on people.
Iconic.
And like cover them in poo.
Perfect.
Like,
no notes.
That's crazy. She'd be like, poo spell, poo spell, poo spell. You're covered in poo. You're covered in diarrhea. And I'm like, what? And that's like something I would literally never say out loud. And I would be like avoiding that topic and like would never discuss it. And I'm like sitting there talking about poo spells. I'm like, what is happening? And like she's giggling like crazy. And I'm like, this is what we're doing, I guess. We're not going to go do like the nicely planned out magical like tour. We're just going to use this like $40 wand that can actually open chests and do cool things around the hotel. We're just going to yell poo spell at each other 20 times in a row. And
that's so like, that's classic. Literally my entire experience having children. they just don't want to do like the thing that you're like, I got you this fun toy. It's like, no, don't care about fun toy. Like I want to play with that spatula you're holding. Yeah, it's like they're just wild, man.
Mars says hi.
But yeah, I feel this was a nice scene to show Whit's humanity a bit, especially after the Shabbat dinner of it all.
Definitely. And let's go back to Dougie and the Shabbat dinner.
Yes. Oh my gosh. Yes. So Whit is filming these. I feel like they call them ITMs in The Bachelor, which is like an in the moment. It's like a confessional. And she's talking to the camera. She seemingly has been filming them for a little bit. Dougie's asking her these very prodding questions. And then we see Asher come in, which is when he asks about Shabbat. He sits down to do his confessionals. And basically Dougie's like, they have no time to do it. And he also then adds like, oh, you never invited me to Shabbat dinner and you know I'm Jewish.
Yeah, it seemed like Dougie was genuinely upset and mad at Asher in this moment. And I do feel as if the immediate response should have been I'm sorry, like, would you like to come over for Shabbat tonight? Like, oh, I didn't realize you would want to join. So it's too bad that we didn't have a cute little Dougie Asher moment, which, again, the lack of romance is staggering.
He's negging him. He's negging him.
It's too much. It's not playful at all. That's not negging. That's just like, I hate you. Give me that bread.
He wanted that invite.
Yeah.
I get it. Hall is delicious. I understand where he's coming from.
Yeah, I think if there was romance, he'd be like, hey, why don't we have dinner tonight? I'd love to do Shabbat with you. Remember me? I am also Jewish. Let's go.
Didn't they go to Jewish camp together, or am I making that up? Or did they just go to regular summer camp?
Not a clue.
I can't remember.
Are there non-religious camps? I feel like they're all religious.
No, they're not all religious.
I feel like they are.
No,
other than like sports camps.
There's definitely secular summer camp that is like not related to any religion.
That would be better.
Okay, and then we see Asher. He's at home not having Shabbat dinner with his wife. And instead he's re-listening to the argument that he had with Whitney, and he's trying to take notes on how he thinks he could have improved that interaction. I do feel it was giving the rehearsal.
Oh, 100% rehearsal vibes. Loved it.
Yes.
Okay, this made me so sad. And like, would I find it I really would not like it if I found out that my partner recorded our argument. I would be very unhappy with that. But he was only writing down like positive things and things that he should alter. His notes were agree more, nod and smile, be less combative, keep the past in the past, use softer tone, don't cut her off. Like, any anger I would have about you recording our argument, if I saw those notes of you really trying to work on how can we have a constructive conversation and communicate better, I would be like, wow, that guy is like doing his best and is like really working for us. Like, I feel like I would really like that.
Yeah, I think the two that are like the most upsetting to see of like what he had written down are agree more and nod and smile. Like, because I think the other things that we listed off, like be less combative, keep the past in the past, use softer tone, don't cut her off. Like, all of those things I think are more, those are like fair things that you might need to remind yourself in an argument, right? You're getting a little heated. You might try and be combative. You might bring up the past, like all of these kinds of things. But agree more and nod and smile to me are just so sad, where it's like, this man has just been beaten down so bad, where he's literally like, I just need to nod and smile at my wife, and just like whatever she says, I have to be a yes man, and I can't have any thoughts of my own or personality of my own.
Yes, correct. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, no, it's a very sad list. Like, any anger you'd have, you'd be like, oh, this is a very sad list. And like, you are trying, but he can clearly sense that Whitney's unhappy, especially seeing her so joyful with Dougie, laughing, giggling, not wanting to spend time with him. Like, it would be really hard to see. And then when he sees the actual show, oh my God. A fucking disaster.
I'm worried for him when the show comes out.
It's not going to be good. And frankly, for Whitney, if you divorce your husband on this, like on public television, like, do you think you're going to get a season 2? Like, I guess. Yes.
Oh my God. Yeah. We've talked about the flip off. That's like the whole premise is like, they're getting divorced. Are they going to fuck? Like, who's fucking who?
But then what's the next season about if the whole first season is about this conflict? Like, apparently it's not about passive houses anymore.
I feel like it'd be like them still working together, but like, can they get along? Did you watch The Valley?
Mm-mm.
Okay. Or you weren't a Vanderpump Rules person either.
No.
So famously on Vanderpump Rules, there was like Scandival, where like
I've heard of
there's
Scandival.
the
Tom cheated
Sandoval.
on someone.
Tom cheated on
And
Ariana with Raquel, and it was a whole dramatic thing. And they like had already stopped filming, and they picked production back up for the show to like film the aftermath of this cheating scandal. So I feel like this kind of like drama, like similarly on the Valley, which is just basically a spin-off of Vanderpump, like a bunch of the couples on that show are getting divorced in the second season, and they like it's very sad, truly. Like it's pretty upsetting. They all have kids, but I feel like this kind of reality show like loves that kind of drama.
but my understanding is that reality show is all about relationships.
Yeah. Well, it's like their friendships and stuff,
Yeah.
but
Is this supposed to be about passive houses, or have we fully thrown that out? Like, I'm very interested in the final cut. Now, we did get sent by Jay via email
yes.
that there is like an 8-minute YouTube clip that is the first episode of
Yes.
Flipanthropy. So
Yes.
we will watch that and we can discuss it next episode. But they did put out on YouTube, which we can include in the show notes. So if anybody wants to watch it with us before next episode, there is the pilot episode that was sent to HGTV within this world. So we can see what they think the show was supposed to be about and what they ordered more episodes of.
Yeah. Which I think will be illuminating.
Yeah. So thank you, Jay.
Yes. Shout out anyone who sends us like extra material. We love that. It's so helpful because it's difficult to find stuff for this show specifically since like again, we don't want to get spoiled.
Mm-hmm. Yep, definitely.
Okay, and then we kind of finish up. We see our friend Nala again. She's talking to her friend on the playground. There's a commotion behind them, and Josie fell and seemingly like bumped her head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Asher doing the weird screw counting thing and yelling at Nala to guess the different numbers and bringing up curses to her over and over again, despite Abshir begging him not to.
Yeah.
She fully thinks she is magical.
Yes.
Like, she fully thinks she can curse people now. And so telling her to fall and then seeing a kid fall on the playground later, she definitely thinks she did this.
Yeah, for sure. Which, like, yeah, I guess we'll have to be watching out for what Nala wants to do next. But yeah, I don't know. I feel bad for Nala. I feel bad for Josie too. Josie was mean in the earlier episode, but it did seem like she tried to like make up with Nala at least.
I don't know. Do we think saying good job when she didn't climb or succeed at all was like genuine? They are tiny little children though, so like, I don't know.
They're little kids. I don't know.
I think they do comment on the color of her skin multiple
They
times
did.
though. So
in the earlier episode, it seemed like they were
I think if you have
mildly.
I think they did this episode too. Like I had the subtitles on and I think one of the comments they made was like about her skin tone. So,
okay.
Like whispers in the background. So like, again, their parents, whoever they are, need to like get their shit together. 'Cause clearly that's coming from them. I would assume.
Yeah.
Because like no kid should think that that's like an okay thing to comment on.
Kids don't pick that up from nowhere too.
Yeah. Now before Josie fell, Nala was having a fun conversation. Apparently there's makeup you can wear in the water that lasts a month.
Oh my god.
I was like, tell me more. It's like I'd love
iconic.
Yeah. I'd love to only have to do my makeup once a month.
Yeah, I mean, I did do a full beat of makeup for the marathon. I think it stayed on like medium. Okay.
I thought you looked good after it.
It was very hot, so I was shocked that any of it stayed on, but I had to be very cognizant to not wipe my face while I was running, which was challenging.
Yeah. I feel like I have a hard time not touching my face, like just during this podcast.
Oh my god, yeah. I touch my face all the time, and then I'm like, today, for example, I'm wearing a white shirt. It's like I'm always touching my face and getting makeup everywhere. It's disgusting.
Yeah, it's because like the cat's tails, like they'll crawl all over me and like boot my face, and then I'm like, ah, there's stuff all over it.
Okay, well, next episode, speaking of cats getting fur everywhere, it's called Down and Dirty. Asher
Okay,
and
not
Dougie
the
have
same
a
thing.
Asher and Dougie have a boys' night out.
Okay, I promise you, it will not be romantic.
We'll have to see. What is they doing on boys' night? What's our prediction for boys' night? Whitney also expresses her artistic side, but I want to talk about boys' night.
I feel like Dougie is tells Asher that like him and Whit are done, and like, yo, this chick does not like you, and is encouraging Asher to like look other places.
Oh, see,
I
was
think it's
thinking the
a
casino.
Yeah, I feel like this is a manipulative boys' night out where Dougie is trying to cause problems and is maybe going to show Asher some text or maybe a clip from the show. Maybe that confessional he filmed, maybe he shows Asher to cause like conflict on the show. Like this is a manipulative boys' night out, I think.
Oh no, that's so sad. I just thought they'd maybe, I mean, well, I did have the thought that maybe Dougie would take him to the casino knowing that all of the casino guys are mad at him because it seemed like Dougie had been hanging out there.
Which is also not a cute, fun night out, bringing you into the lair of your enemies.
Well, I mean, but Dougie loves the casino. So for him, he'd be like, well, I love going here. This is my spot. Could he take him back to that Chinese restaurant that we saw in the date that he went on with the girl who worked at the movie theater?
Yeah, maybe he knows a few good spots in town from his dating.
Yeah,
I bet it's not like this fun, carefree night that we hope. And what do you think is Whitney's artistic side? Is it like with the passive houses? I feel like she gets weird with some paint. And it's like rubbing it all over her body and thinks she's like so free and artistic, but it's like you're just making a mess.
I was thinking that, or like, this might be like a big brain type of thing. Do we think she could manufacture some sort of like drama with like, I don't know, graffiti on the store or like graffiti on one of the passive houses, like something like that? I'm just trying to think of what would subvert my expectations for her expressing her artistic side, and it would be something like that. Or like, what if she like defaces one of Kara's art pieces, like something like that,
and then acts like she has to defend Kara?
Yeah. That would be very morbid, but...
Well, I feel like she wants the community to come across as squeaky clean and like there's not graffiti, so I feel like that would go against her goals. Do you think maybe her and Kara do something artistic together?
Maybe. Competing girls' night.
Yes. Yeah, because her... Like, she says, like, oh, I should sign one of these releases too because they consider my house as art.
Yeah.
So... I feel like the houses are her artistic side, and maybe when she was talking about doing like a mirrored tile exterior, because the other passive houses had been built, so maybe they're building a new one and we can finally see that tiled exterior.
Yeah, or maybe she loses it and just smashes one of the exteriors of the houses to pieces.
That'd be kind of cool. Or, okay, the one blows up and she uses all the fragments because that guy is not venting his oven.
Oh my god. I forgot about the house that's going to blow up.
Something's going to happen to that man. Although part of me also thinks that this whole show is about you thinking something really bad is going to happen and then it never does. And you keep thinking awful things are going to happen. And then like there's zero payoff over and over and over again. And you're just like, why am I here? What is happening?
It's because
all that happened this whole season was some chicken was missing and then some chicken was in another place.
Yeah. It's because we're consumers and all we want to do is consume the content.
Give us the answers.
Give us the answers. Well, do we want to talk about our plans for potentially covering a new show?
Yeah, we're wilding out.
We're going crazy. It's girls' night.
Girls' night. Yeah, Tuesdays kind of is girls' night.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So I watched an episode of The Chair Company, and I thought, this is giving me the Curse vibes. A little spooky, some ooky music. There's something happening, and we don't know what it is.
Unclear what.
Unclear what's happening. Tim Robinson's being Tim Robinson. He's just like wilding out, being like the exact same person, but in a suit.
Yes, eating deviled eggs that are old and then making his tummy upset, getting tummy trouble at the least opportune moment.
Yes. So, and what is very different from what we normally do is the show is currently coming out. So, one, if you have ideas for this podcast spinoff name, let us know. Two, if you want to hear us yap about The Chair Company, I think we're going to do it. So catch us probably later this week doing that.
Yes.
And I don't think I have a 3.
Yeah.
Subscribe, follow us.
Yes, subscribe, follow us, and rate us. I think the plan is we'll probably do like episodes 1 and 2 together, and then maybe 3 and 4 together. So then maybe we do
them in groupings. Yeah.
Yeah.
And fun fact about me, I'm going to take an introduction flying lesson on Friday morning, Halloween morning. So thank you, Pilot Colin and Mara D and Moody, for encouraging me to go give it a go. I'm excited to see like the fall colors, and I was supposed to go today. The pilot called me and said, well, it's very windy, so if you want to have a terrible time, we could go today. Like, if you don't care about the plane shaking a bunch, that's fine. If you want it to be smoother and more enjoyable, maybe we could try again on Friday. And I was like, I do want to have a good time.
Yes.
I would like it to be fun. So I don't think I'm going to go and become a 737 pilot or anything. But I think for an hour, I will take to the skies. And way after the fact, like most things that we do, like this would have been way more relevant during the rehearsal. But like I'll get around to it. Now I'm going to go. I'll fly around a bit. I'll maybe take a picture and show you all. And then, you know, if the rehearsal comes out again, I'll talk about it.
I mean, I feel like you have to talk about it anyway. But
yeah, I can tell you about it. I think it's mainly the actual pilot doing stuff, and I'm just kind of there, and maybe like he lets me hold the steering wheel for a bit.
That's
push
so
some
fun,
buttons.
Though. I feel like you're gonna have a great time.
Yeah, hopefully.
I'm excited for you.
Yeah, you should come. Frankly, you should come do it.
It would be tough, I think, on a Friday, but
Friday.
I have so much baseball to watch.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Kelly is currently in a Blue Jays jersey.
Yeah, sorry to all our LA fans, but I am famously named after a Blue Jays player.
We do have way more listeners in America.
Yes.
But, you know, it's a very exciting time to be in Toronto. I have watched more baseball than I have in my whole life combined. As in, it's just kind of on, and then I'll watch like a little bit of it and be like, oh, okay, that's what's going on. I gotcha. I'm not like a big fan like Kelly is, but I'm like, you know, always rooting for Toronto, always wanting us to win things.
It's great when we win. I mean, yeah, it is funny being in the city right now, in Toronto. If anyone is unaware, the Toronto Blue Jays are in the World Series right now, but we only have this one baseball team like for the whole country. So people are really excited. The city is a buzz. Everyone's suddenly watching baseball. I'm like seeing so many people in Jays gear on the street. Yeah, it's just been very fun. I love the Blue Jays. I love specifically this current team. They're like really goofy. A lot of them are very fun guys. So it's been so much fun. It's so much fun to be a sports fan. Oh my God, I love sports.
Oh my God. Sports.
Oh my God, I love sports.
Yeah. So
follow us on TikTok, follow us on Instagram, follow us on mainly those
YouTube.
two. You can send us YouTube.
No, follow
you could
us
send
on
us
YouTube.
Yeah, please follow us on YouTube. You can send us a
Please.
voicemail. I'll put the link in the show notes and send us an email, NathanForUsPodcast@gmail.com.
This has been Kelly and Megan on your side.